Today's story is about a subscriber who got with his best friend's sister. Today's story is a little bit more interesting because usually in the stories, the subscriber is kind of the good guy of the story, but obviously in this case, it's a little bit less clear. So, yeah, sit back, relax, maybe grab something to drink, maybe something to eat, and yeah, let's enjoy the story. So the subscriber, let's call this guy Logan, right? And Logan had a friend, and his friend let's call him Owen, right? So Logan and Owen, they've been friends for a long time, right? They weren't like, I don't think that they were friends for like 20 years or 10 plus years or something, but they were like very decent friends for several years at this point. And Owen also had a sister, and Owen's sister's name was Jess, and obviously Jess is pretty integral to the story, if you can tell by the title. But anyways, right, it kind of like Logan and Jess had a long history of being kind of like friendly and a little bit flirty with each other. And when I mean a little bit flirty, I mean they're not like, oh my God, I want to hold your hand platonically. That's what I was going to say before I cut myself off because I wanted advertisements on this video because I liked money. Hold your hand. They weren't like going around like, you're so cute today. Something like cringe like that. No, they were just like, it was just like a little bit flirty. I don't know 100% how to explain it, but I'm sure you guys have like been in situations where you just gotten the vibe. You know what I'm talking about, right? But obviously, right, Jess was Logan's best friend's sister. So it was not like very obvious to, obviously there's some tension there. There's a little bit of tension of like, Logan just like will absolutely be breaking bro code like 100%. Here's the thing, right? It really depends on the person. I know some guys who would not care. They say that. I don't totally believe it, but whatever, right? There are people that will openly say that they don't care. But here's the thing, guys, fellas, sit down, learn a little life advice, right? Most cases, people will care. They will care a lot. And especially like in this situation, like Owen was definitely the kid that it would be 100% breaking bro code for Logan to get with his sister. Like 100%. I think that there's very few people out there that would be any bit chill with it. Owen was definitely not one of those like 3 people on planet Earth who would be okay with it, right? He was not one of those 3 individuals. Anyways, right, so this whole story, this whole situation, as I'll put it, this whole event occurred one night when Logan and Owen decided to have kind of like a big sleepover get-together thing, like over on the weekend, right? Anyways, it's a normal weekend, and Logan goes over to Owen's house. Anyways, right, so it all started out when Logan and Owen were just sitting on the couch, playing some Xbox, catching up. I think it'd been like a second since they seen each other, but by that I mean maybe like a couple weeks. I don't 100% no context. They might have still been in high school. Maybe they're in middle. Dude, I don't know how old they were, but for some reason they had been like apart from each other for just a little bit, and they decided to do a little bit of catching up, see each other over in the weekend. So they're sitting on the couch, playing some Xbox, having a good time, man. Things were looking good. In the background, right, one of them had their Bitcoin miners running. They were getting bread. They were getting paid. They were getting $100 million every single minute, and it was a wonderful time of day. It's a time to be alive. Anyways, right, so Logan and Owen, they're sitting there playing some Xbox or whatever, right? They're having a good time. And then Owen's sister, Jess, she walks down and she's like, oh, Logan, it's been so long. It's been a long time since I've seen you. It's been so hard not seeing you. It's been such a long, I'm sorry, I'll shut up now. I'm sorry. So, right, anyways, Logan and Jess, they just start talking a lot, right? Logan, the subscriber, by the way, to remind you. Logan, the subscriber, Owen's the friend, Jess, the sister. But yeah, like Logan went and the Jess, they were really hitting it off. They were talking a lot. And while it wasn't like overtly flirty, they weren't like talking about, they weren't asking for certain measurements of body parts or anything weird like that. But they were like definitely, what the fuck? No, but they were definitely, like, going at it, talking with each other, like, they were definitely, like, and it was for, like, 30 minutes, too. It was a long time. They were talking about school, life, relationships, everything like that. And at one point, right, Jess even brings up, like, she asks, like, Logan, like, oh, like, are you in a relationship or anything? Do you have a girlfriend? Like, how's it going with that? And Logan's like, no, actually, I'm on the market right now. And it was kind of this weird moment where even I feel like, even Owen was, like, kind of looked over, like, pause, bro, what? No. But it was like, it wasn't anything too strange. And at least Owen didn't suspect anything at this point. And yeah, so Logan and Jess were kind of talking, and Logan didn't ask anything like as overtly strange as like what Jess asked, because that was pretty blatant, if I'm being honest. Like that was a little bit suspect when it comes to questions. But he did, they were talking, things were pretty good. And Logan and Owen were going to go out to dinner, and they were going to go to this restaurant. And Owen's like, hey, like you and Logan seem to be hitting it off well. Do you want to come out and, eat with us? Obviously, right. Dude wasn't trying to like set up his actual sister, right? He wasn't trying to set up his actual sister with his best friend. He just thought that they were cool. And he was like, oh, like, whatever. Do you want to come with us? Like, you guys obviously seem to be very friendly. They were very friendly indeed, Owen. I mean, yeah, Owen. So they all go to dinner. I don't know. It's maybe like a steakhouse or something, like one of those really good, restaurants or something. I like steakhouses. Very solid. Get it medium rare. Get some fries. I don't know what I'm going off on that tangent. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so they're at the steakhouse, right? And they're talking. And, so it's kind of like one of those round... It's not like a table. It's not a table. It's like a booth. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's one of those kind of like round booths. And it goes Logan, Jess, and then Owen on the other side, right? So Logan and Jess are sitting kind of like next to each other in a sense, but they're sitting together in this kind of like round booth or whatever. And, they're still talking, man. Like Owen and not Owen, Jess and Logan, like they're still talking, man. They're still going off. They're still asking each other. If anything, bro, like Owen starts going on his phone. I mean, Logan isn't even talking to him anymore, dude. Like Owen is actually at the point where he'll go on his phone a little bit. He'll check the menu. He'll kind of look around. And at one point, right, Owen's like, dude, I'm going to go to the bathroom and go wash my hands, whatever, right? And that's where things got weird. That's when Jess kind of looks at Logan. She's like, you really don't have a girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, like, it's been a little tough, like unlucky, been off the market, haven't been on my game. She's like, oh, that surprises me. Like, you're a very good looking guy. Like, I would expect you to. Like, okay, major red flag alert or whatever. And like, here's the thing, dude. Logan was definitely feeling some kind of way as well. But, dude, you can't just, like... Because imagine, right, that, first of all, like, Logan, like, imagine he made a move. And imagine he okay, first of all, if you make a move anyway, there are a ton of complications, a ton of, like, issues with that. But anyways, imagine he makes a move, or he made a move, and he completely read the room wrong. How would Jess would have 100% told Owen about it, and then that would have been a very awkward situation. Like, he's his ride. Owen's his actual ride. He probably would have left him at the steakhouse or something. Right, so even though Logan was feeling some kind of way, he didn't want to do anything, man. There's so many, like, downsides to that situation. So he's sitting there, and then, like, Jess, dude, like, he's sitting there, and she, like, reaches out and, like, strokes his leg, and he's like, oh my God. Like, look, first of all, like, don't do that to random people. Obviously, you don't know what they're thinking, blah, blah, yeah. Disclaimer, whatever, dude. I'm just telling a story, man. Anyways, she, like, strokes his leg, and he's like, oh my God. Because here's the thing, like, total, like, it had always been, like, his kind of, like, his dark, like, his secret little fantasy that, like, his good friend, he's like, yeah, his sister's pretty hot, right? But, like, I couldn't do it, man. I could never do it. And also, she'd never want to do anything with me, man. Like, that's crazy, right? And then all of a sudden, right, it was all, like, coming true. It was all coming to fruition for this kid, right? And Logan sitting there, like, oh, man, oh, no. So he kind of just, like, and the thing is, right, before, like, Logan was able to actually, like, respond and give her, like, an affirmative or a negative or, like, lean in or lean out or, I don't know, panic and start mining Bitcoin or something. But the thing is, like, the problem was Owen, like, he was, like, walking back from the bathroom. And here's the thing. Jess also knows that Owen would be mad at her, too, for trying to, like, get with his friend, right? Like, that's definitely something he had off limits, too. So she quickly, like, grabbed her hand away, and she stood up straight. She didn't do anything that weird. She wasn't like, hello, brother, I wasn't doing anything weird with your friend. Anyways, right, so, Logan is just sitting there. And, Owen got back, and, like, as Owen got back from the bathroom, like, their food came, the waiter came with, like, all their steaks and all that good stuff, and Logan's just sitting there, like, oh, my God, like, so much is going through this kid's mind at this point, right? So much is going through his mind, because there's, like, he's sitting there, he's like, secret, dark, evil fantasy, but also something I've definitely wanted to do for a long time might actually come true. However, there are huge implications. Like, there are huge implications, man. Like, if Owen ever finds out, he might actually jump me, bro. I might not make it through the day. Like, if I do this, do I have to like write a letter to my parents if I don't make it? Like, do I have to do I have to sign a will? Should I buy a life insurance policy on myself in my mom's name? Or is that going to make her look like the whole thing was framed? Like, oh my God, what do I do? So he's just kind of sitting there, and there's a lot of tension now between like Logan and Jess. Like, they're just kind of looking at each other like, and Owen picks up on it a little bit. He's like, what? Like, what'd I do? And they're like, no, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know, it's weird now. Because, like, I don't know, Owen kind of thought, like, maybe they, like, talked about him when he went to the bathroom or something. Turns out it was, like, significantly worse. He had no idea, though. But anyways, right, so they eventually go back home, and things are normal. It's not really that weird. I mean, it is a little weird because, Owen's older sister, I don't know, actually, her relationship, but Owen's sister, hopefully not, like, much younger sister, or this story would be a lot worse. We'll say older sister, right? I mean, the whole thing about Owen's older sister actually grabbing Logan's leg and having weird anyways, right? No, other than that, totally normal. But anyways, right, they got back, and, the plan is to watch a movie, and all three of them were good, because, they were having a good time together, quote-unquote, a good time. All I can say is Logan and Jess were definitely having a time together. It wasn't necessarily good, it definitely wasn't bad, it was just a lot. But anyways, right, so the plan was for all three of them to watch a movie together, right? That's totally fine. Like, what can really happen? Logan was thinking to himself, like, this is a dangerous zone I'm in, right? But he's like, you know what? As long as Owen is here, that's going to keep me true. That's going to keep me, like, that's fine. I won't do anything crazy or that I'd regret as long as Owen is here. And it's like, as he was, like, in the middle of that thought, Owen's like, hey, bro, I'm so sorry. I had hockey practice today. I've had it all week. I'm complete. I can't open my eyes anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed, but obviously, like, you and Jess, totally feel free to watch this movie. I've seen this movie before. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, yeah, I'll be going to bed. Like, you can do what you want, but, like, I'm sure, like, Jess will probably want to watch it. So, yeah, feel free to stay down here. I'm going to bed. Peace. Packs up his stuff, goes upstairs. At this point, Logan's like, oh boy. Speaking of movies, today's secret word of the day is movie. So if you made it this far into the video, comment movie in the comment section down below. I'm going to try and heart as many of those as I can. I mean, I'm in the middle of school right now, and, I'm trying to still have a life too. So I can't heart all of them, but I will heart I spend like at least an hour every day trying to like heart as many things as I can. So if you want to farm some hearts on the channel and maybe get top commenter or something, best way to do that is by commenting the secret word, which today is movie. And today, it's your lucky day. It might be your luckiest day of your entire life, dude. Because every single person who leaves a like on today's video will actually receive nothing at their doorstep. Like, I'm not even kidding you, dude. Leave a like on this video right now. Go ahead and do it. And in 2 to 3 business days, or however long it takes Amazon to ship nothing, you will receive nothing at your door. No need to thank me. I know you're tearing up at the generosity, but just leave a like. Trust me, it'll be great. Not a scam at all. Anyways, right at this point, Logan and Jess, they're both sitting on the couch. And it was originally Owen sitting in between the two of them, which, Logan was like, okay, phew, like, no way I can make a mistake now. But, Owen was tired. He had hockey practice. He went to bed. At this point, right, the movie was playing, but Logan he was not paying a lick of attention to the movie at this point. He had no idea. It could have been like a 5-hour long anime uncut. I don't even know, dude. Like, it could honestly be like anything on the screen. Logan wouldn't have known. It could have been like static and he wouldn't have known, because he was just like zoning out. So just like, oh my, thinking deep in thought, like, should I make a move? I mean, if she makes a move, will I say yes? Can I say yes? I mean, Owen's my friend, dude. Like, oh my God, but like, just kind of bad though. LOL. Like that guy was like, I mean, And honestly, like, you might be thinking, like, oh my God, Connor, if I was in that situation, I would never do anything like that. I am morally superior. Like, I have some decency. And, maybe not, but like, you know, hey man, I don't think you will be in this situation. That's not disrespect, right? I don't think I will ever be. This is a very unique situation, is what I'm trying to say. And it's almost like looking at history and being like, oh my God, they're so stupid. I would have obviously done this or whatever. It's like, yeah, in 2020 hindsight, yeah, it's very clear. But actually, no, this is a little more clear than like that example. That was kind of a crap example. Yeah, this is anyways, I'm just gonna tell you what happens. Because he makes a choice, and whether you agree with it or not, I can't really do anything about that, dude. I'm sorry. Anyways, while Logan was in the middle of this moral contradiction, this kind of fight with his inner self, right? He kind of snapped back into reality, or he more faded back into reality, and he noticed that, remember, in the very a little while ago, it went Logan, Owen, and Jess, and then Owen left. But that meant that Jess was on the other side of the couch. When Logan snapped back to reality, Jess was right next to him, dude. Like, she had moved, she had migrated. Everyone, at this point, Logan was like, okay, it's either we all know what's going down, right? We all know what's going down, baby. We already know. But anyways, Logan was like, oh my God, dude, and at that point, he had to make a choice. And yeah, Logan was just like, oh my God, I understand the implications of this. And he's like, okay, I think I've made a choice, man. I think I've made a choice. So Logan, very classic move. Probably probably this move was carved into those stone tablets that the cavemen used to carve their writing into or whatever. It is that classic of a move, right? He's going for the stretch, the stretch. He lifts his arm up and he puts it up, above, on top of the couch seat, above where she was. You've seen it 100,000 times before. You already know it's going down. Right, so at this point, Logan's feeling all sorts of things. There's blood rushing to all parts of his body. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm not going to go into details. If you want details, there's plenty of details on different websites. This is not the website you came for details like this, okay? I'm not going to go into details. That's awkward. I want lots and lots of advertisements on this video. Probably won't even get anything. It's January in the first place. YouTube doesn't pay you in January. So shout out channel members again, by the way. Love you. Big kisses from me. Anyways, right, so things go down, things happen, leave it to your imagination. Yes, they went together in on a Bitcoin mining gig, and they did anything that would be unacceptable. Nope, it was a nice holding hands at the... No, you know what I mean. Okay, so they definitely did something, and I'm not going to go into the details on it. Your dirty, disgusting, vile imaginations can come up with whatever revolting fantasy you want, okay? Go at it, kids, go at it. What the fuck? Anyways, right, so... whatever happens, happens. And Jess is like, all right, I think I'm going to go to bed. See you tomorrow. And Logan's just sitting there on the couch like, what did I just do, dude? What did I do? Because he knows that this is straight up betrayal. He knows that this is he knows Owen would not be okay with this dude. Because it's not like Owen's he's unaware and it's could play the ignorance card. Owen is definitely one of those kids. I don't know if he blatantly said that would... I think he never thought he had to say anything about it, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, Logan knew for a fact that, he has committed a massive betrayal to his friend. And that's why this story is a more of an interesting one, because normally the subscriber's oh my God, the subscriber got screwed over by this girl, she sucks. Or the teacher is the worst, the subscriber's the good guy. No, this is maybe the subscriber isn't the good guy in this one. Shout out to the guy for sending me the story, because it's interesting. But it's oh my God, not a clear-cut case, man. And he's kind of just sitting there, and he doesn't go to bed for a while, because he's was that worth it? Was that actually worth it, man? Oh my God. And here's the deal. Logan never told Owen. And Jess also never told Owen. And Logan and Owen are still friends to this day. But the thing is, Logan has, always kind of been a little bit, has been kind of like felt guilty about it. And he was like, he said he wanted like his story to be told. He wanted to tell someone. He wanted people to like see it without actually having to tell anyone. So yeah, not even joking. The story ends. The story's still going, man. Like, this is part of the story, dude. Owen, still to this day, has no idea. And obviously, I've changed enough details and I've used fake names that probably Owen, even if he saw this video, it would be different. He wouldn't know. But anyways, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And also now go watch another video. Like, click on one of the videos on screen. Why have you not clicked on one of the videos, man?